Every family has its Christmas traditions, and ours was a bit unusual. We had to sing Santa to our house. So let me take you back to one of those magical Christmas Eves when I was a child. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. We sang with all the excitement our little bodies could hold. Mom always told us that if we wanted Santa to come, we had to sing him in. Our parents made Christmases truly magical. And every Christmas Eve, after we wiggled into our pajamas, my 7 brothers and sisters and I gathered around the tree waiting for Santa. Only years later did we learn that Santa was my actual father. At the time, of course, we were utterly convinced that he flew in from the North Pole. Our tree was always freshly cut, filling the room with the sharp scent of evergreen. The colored lights reflected off to the 2 corner windows that wrapped around the snow-covered veranda, turning the whole house into a Hallmark card. My brothers kept leaping up to peer through the frosty glass, certain that they would spot the jolly old elf flying overhead, Rudolph's red nose leading the way. Our house was an old, sprawling place set far back from the road, surrounded by forest. "What if Santa can't find us?" I asked Mom anxiously. My best friend Susan lived right on the main road, which was much easier to spot her house, I thought. Mom assured me that Santa had no trouble finding any child, but reminded us that we had to sing his magical song. So with Mary at the piano, Sarah Jane on Mom's lap, and the rest of us gathered close, we started in again. "Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus." Then we heard the bells jingling. Could it be Santa's bells? Our breathing stopped. We jumped to our feet, hearts thudding with pure electric excitement. "Ho, ho, ho! Where is he? Where is he?" we cried. And there he was, trudging through the snow. Bright red suit, black boots, belt wrapped around his round belly, red hat pulled down over his white hair, and that perfect curly beard. He clomped across the veranda, and we tore open the front door to let him in. Mesmerized, we led him into the living room. He unpacked his big sack, placing gifts under the tree one by one. He spoke to each one of us, asked our names, and if we had been good, and what we wanted Santa to bring us. "A bride doll," I whispered. "A new bike," my brother said, and on we went, staring up at him, captivated by his magic. When the sack was empty, he told us that he had to get back to his sleigh, which was parked on the roof, of course, to visit children all around the world. We rushed to the windows and watched him disappear into the snowy night. And then we dove under the tree to shake the gifts when Pop wandered in, wearing his red plaid smoking jacket, unaware of the miracle that just happened. "Pop, you missed him. Santa was here," we cried. "Oh, no," he said. "I was down in the cellar putting more coal in the furnace. But I thought I heard something up on the roof." Yes, that was his sleigh and the reindeer. Oh, Pop, you missed him." Even after all that excitement, tradition said we could only open one present, our Christmas pajamas. I can still remember wrapping myself in that warm flannelette nightgown and how visions of sugar plums lulled me to sleep. We woke early, flew down the stairs, grabbed our stockings from the mantel, and skidded to the tree. More presents had appeared overnight. With a family of 10, the tree was overflowing. Pop, wearing his Santa hat, played Santa, reached under the tree and produced a long decorated box. "For Sylvia, from Santa." My bride doll. 14 inches tall, black curly hair under the tulle veil, white lace dress, pearl earrings and necklace. I had fallen in love with her in the Sears Christmas catalog, and now she was mine. Behind me, Adele squealed, "It's just what I wanted," when her gift revealed the beautiful red-haired teenage doll. It felt like every toy in that catalog was under our tree. Even the Roy Rogers gun and holster set. And no, not for my brother, but for my little tomboy sister, Laura. No wish on our Santa's letters were left unfulfilled. The smell of bacon and eggs pulled us into the kitchen for our Christmas breakfast. Mom always made kippers for Pop, a nod to his Scottish roots, and after breakfast, dressed in the Christmas outfits Mom had sewn. We all piled into the car and went off to Mass. Mom was the lead soloist in our church, and nothing was more beautiful to me than hearing her sing O Holy Night. My father didn't just play Santa for us. He played Santa for decades and well into his 70s. He once told me a story from his early days as a fireman in our town of Stony Creek, Ontario. At the town's Christmas parade, he dressed as Santa and rode perched on the back of a 1957 Cadillac convertible. A fellow fireman told him later that his two sons, aged 5 and 7, had been watching, and the older boy announced to his brother that Santa wasn't real. And Pop's friend wanted to keep the magic alive a little bit longer and asked Pop if he would help. And of course, Pop said yes. The boy slept upstairs in an attic bedroom with a secret hatch leading to the hall below. On Christmas Eve, after everyone had gone to bed, jingle bells started sounding through the house. The boy sat straight up in bed, eyes wide, ears strained. "It's Santa," the younger boy whispered. "You're being a baby," the older one said. "Santa's not real." The bells grew longer and louder. Jingle, 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 jingle. Then the deep, recognizable ho, ho, ho. They ran to the window. Still nothing. Still the bells rang. Behind them came a strange noise. They whirled around just in time to see Santa climbing up through the floor. "Is there a little boy in here who doesn't believe in me?" he asked. "No, no," they cried, thoroughly convinced. And with a wink and a Merry Christmas, Santa disappeared down the hatch. Moments later, the boys raced downstairs to find the tree loaded with presents and bells fading into the snowy night. "Dad, Dad, did you see him? Santa was here." And the magic lived on for another year. My father's name was Arthur, though he went by Art. Only Mom called him Arthur when she was mad at him. One of his favorite stories was about my niece Cammie saying her prayers one night. Kneeling beside her bed with her tiny hands folded, she began, "Dear Art, please bless Mummy and Daddy." My sister interrupted, saying, "What did you say?" Eventually, they discovered that when she learned the Lord's Prayer, she heard, "Our Father who is art in heaven." Naturally, she thought God's name was Art, just like Grandpa's. Art continued playing Santa for his grandchildren and for company parties and condo parties, anyone who asked. He never said no. And Mum kept his suit mended, the beard brushed, the wig fluffed, and tucked everything into the back of the closet each year. When Mum passed away and Pop moved into a retirement home, my sisters and I cleaned out their apartment. We found the Santa suit, and memories came flooding back of our cherished Christmases when Santa visited. We donated the suit to a neighborhood man who promised to keep the magic alive and to make believers out of even the most skeptical children. So to our Father, who is art in heaven, Merry Christmas, Santa, and Merry Christmas to all of you.